episode it is.
20.
Woo! Hi, everybody.
20.
Can you say anything but 20 today?
I'm wearing glasses.
He's wearing glasses. But we're not going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to come back to the glasses.
Okay.
Leave the mystery behind the glasses.
I've had my eyes done.
International Women's Day.
I have...
Okay, I'm going to just talk.
Please.
And then you can
Please.
add your...
You got super loud? Your microphone's miles away from you.
Yeah, I'm quite loud though, as you know.
Yes, that's true.
So I've just moved it a little bit further.
So international.
International, IWD, hashtag IWD 2025.
Yeah,
You right?
got it.
Got it. I, international.
Got it.
W, women.
I'm terrible with that.
D for day.
Good.
It's quite simple. No idea how it started or why it started.
When did it start?
Don't know any of these questions.
Okay.
All I know that it happens once a year, usually in March.
Right.
Early March.
Near your birthday?
Just before, a few weeks before my birthday,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
I don't know. I like the idea of it. I think it's great. There's been a lot of women supporting women and Power of Women events, and Kelly Holmes has a great event I went to last year. Don't know how I completely missed it this year. That was on Friday morning.
Oh, Angelica went to that, didn't she?
Yeah, the Corinthian. Remember I went last year? And then you'd bought me a lovely spa voucher.
Oh, yeah. God,
And I had that in
blimey.
the
You haven't used your
afternoon.
other one yet?
No, I booked it for next week. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, good girl.
So, back
girl.
to International Women's Day.
Isn't she a good girl?
Oh,
International Good Girl Day.
you're going to get a punch in the ganoonas
Right, sorry.
in a minute.
International...
Ganoonas. I don't know what that is anyway.
and Canuna.
Goonies, ghoulies. International Women's Day, very important day. Obviously, this is about women. But I think there's a lot... All I see at the moment is women organising events for women. What I don't see is necessarily any men.
Why would a bloke?
No, but like in a corporate world, I'm saying, like if you're a head of department.
Oh, I see. And then you celebrate the women within your company.
Are you organising the International Women's Day event within your company, or is a woman doing it?
I would pretty much guarantee 100%. I'd love to know if a bloke out there within a large corporate, unless they're gay.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, they're in touch with
their man.
They're still in touch with their feminine side a bit more.
Not always.
If they're a camp gay, not a butch gay. Give her or take her.
I just think, I don't know. I just would like to see what I think. What I'm trying to say is, let me just spell it out. It's all about obviously women and supporting women and yay, women, aren't we brilliant? And then so you see all that sort of positive cheerleading stuff, and then you'll see people go, I'm not going to write about it because there's women being tortured in the world,
yes,
so there's...
Because it all started, well, it didn't all start, but women's rights and suffragette movement and all of that was the kind of start of it. But then, I as you said, I don't know when National Women's Day, International, sorry.
I should know this. I think it was not far after all of that. I think it's been around for a long time.
It was a century. But
it's never been such a, not a commercial thing, but just like a big day event or celebrated. But that's because more people know.
So here's the argument. If it's International Women's Day and a company puts on a day to celebrate the women working for their company, I'd like to know how many of those companies are paying exactly the same fee structure for a woman in the same position as a man. Because things like that.
So that's what I think it should be a bit more about.
Yes.
Actually highlighting.
Yeah. I still have a bit of an issue, with women's tennis playing 2 sets and being paid exactly the same at Wimbledon because it's PC than the men who are playing 5 sets and 3 sets. So this is what we talk about with, why aren't women footballers being paid as much as men? Well, they don't have the same following. I'm not saying they're not good. They are brilliant and it's good to watch.
But then that goes against your argument of they're still playing the same 90-minute game.
Yes. No, but at the end of the day,
2 sets or 3 sets.
But it all comes down to business, doesn't it? If they're not getting the same sponsorship deal.
Well, who's saying that female tennis players aren't getting more people or the same amount of people coming to watch their matches as men? So it's still a commercial audience.
But they're getting less time.
Maybe they don't like that. Maybe they're busy. They go, yeah, quick, let's just jump in, watch the women's. Bit shorter.
Quick 2 sets.
Off for lunch and more champagne and strawberries.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Perfect.
No, I get it. I just sometimes feel that people jump on the bandwagon for whatever international day it might be.
What is a bandwagon?
It's when the Americans moved into Native America and they walked around with bands and a wagon. It's called Belming.
Did they give out bands?
Belming. You know what
Is it about
Belming
a band?
is?
Yes, I do know what Belming is.
Belming is talking bullshit, but saying it with such confidence and normally loudness that people believe you.
We know quite a few people who are quite good at that. They don't realise they're doing it, though.
I think a lot of people belm at work.
I think Trump's the ultimate belmer.
Yes. Say it loudly, quickly, with such confidence that people believe you. And
being president of America and everybody...
So we should have International Belming Day, where people can just bullshit and see what you can get away with.
Do that
a bit like April's Fools.
April's Fools,
yes.
Not April.
No. April. She's a girl. She's a local girl. She's lovely, actually.
So International Women's Day needs to step up a bit. And I just think I think it's great to celebrate and people get together and loads of women get together and give each other like, whoa, aren't we brilliant? And that's great. And it's a good positive thing. I think also just to not forget some of the stuff.
I saw a very interesting fact. The amount of women that don't have sanitary aids, especially in some of the refugee camps, is frightening.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Imagine going through that.
Yeah, I mean, also in very poor countries of the world where they don't have any, even just simple things like girls having bras.
Titty baskets.
Bras. Let's call them bras for now because we're trying to think of it as a positive.
No, I know, but that's how the Vanuatans call it. Titty baskets. And their period's called a sick moon, which I really like.
It flipping is.
And a piano. Do you remember what piano's called?
No.
Big black box that screams when you hit it.
Not what I play.
No, true.
Because I'm professional.
But I do find it. I don't know.
That's what I was saying about the bra thing. That there are charities that you can send your old bras to that they get taken somewhere where these poor girls who don't have any bras. And so again, it's a safety thing, and also feeling secure and wearing something underneath their clothing that stops weirdos trying to.
I don't have such an issue with if a woman doesn't have a bra.
Yeah, but they do. The girls do. They feel, and I get the sanitary one, but there's also, on the flip side of that, is the bra thing of some girls, young girls, who are young and vulnerable, who are being attacked because they're not wearing a bra, because it's easy access.
That kind of thing.
Yes.
Oh, not because of the support or anything like that.
No. They don't need sports bra support.
But surely you can. Well, I guess if it's hot and you're wearing a t-shirt and you're not wearing a bra, it's quite apparent. But
especially if they're large-breasted girls, just because they're teenage, there might be, and it's just another layer that is like a barrier, I suppose, or a safety harness, basically. I used to call my mum's bras harnesses because they were so big, but now mine are fairly close to being harnesses. Sports bras, okay.
Boulder over the shoulder boulder holder. Good, eh? I remembered something from school.
Well done. So let's talk about the glasses then. Why are you wearing them?
We went for a nice. We had some friends come in to see the gym.
We went after school, didn't we?
Friday night we went to the pub. Pint of neck oil
in our school uniform and everything.
And she said, and I agree with Toilet Kate, that she goes, my eyes look very red on the camera, and I'm meant to be the talent here. I'm the talent, and you're making me look tired.
I am not making you tired. Your eyes.
So I'm now going to wear. See,
you rub your eyes. You rub them.
I haven't touched them.
Well, because you're wearing glasses.
What? So if I have to look like a cock and wear glasses all day,
you could wear normal glasses, right? You don't have to wear sunglasses.
I don't need glasses.
You don't need sunglasses inside, do you?
Cool. How cool I look. Can you see my eyes?
I can completely see your eyes. They're not very dark sunglasses.
I
know.
Roy Orbison. Oh, no, he wore dark ones.
He wore very dark
ones. So that's why I'm wearing them, because Toilet Kate said... So
it's vanity. Pure vanity.
Well, if I'm meant to be the talent, if it said...
You could be talent with red eyes.
Doesn't
stop you being talented having red eyes.
If you were lined up there, all looking a bit rough and ready, you wouldn't like it. You're looking like
yourself every week in the camera.
No, I don't.
You do. You watch the whole thing back and listen to it and critique.
You
yourself.
look like Wayne's World.
I've changed it. I had my darker glasses on. I really look like Wayne's World. What's in Mike Myers? Because I have my hair down like this, as well at the side, and I was like, oh my god, I literally look
Wayne's
like
World.
That's who they said. Elon Musk. They kept doing like little spoofs of him standing in the president's thing with his baseball cap on.
Has just been what's the word? I just heard on the radio this morning. X has just had been what's it called when they get into your accounts?
Investigated.
No, when someone breaks into your bank accounts, hacked, and guess who he's blaming?
Zuckerberg.
Ukraine.
I was going to blame Mark Zuckerberg.
No, he says the source the source of the hacking has come from Ukraine.
Good, I hope it has.
Not Suzie. Well, no, there's a lot of people's stuff on there, isn't there?
Well, I don't mean like that, just him generally.
Well, you decided to sleep with him last week.
No, I didn't
yes,
decide
you did.
to.
Yes,
you
did.
Forced me.
Trump.
If I had a gun to my head.
Who was it? Trump.
Putin.
The other one I thought about.
Great choice,
okay, I'll give you one extra so you can decide.
Thanks.
Farage.
Oh no, I don't any of them. I'm literally, as you saying their names, there's like a little bit of vomit coming into the back of my mouth, just like.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll move on from that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to come up with some lovely.
So, International Women's Day. I think there's certain camps who are pushing it really hard, which is brilliant, and as it should do. As in International Ginger Day, exactly the same. We've been bullied all our lives, and treated as a subspecies.
You are being bullied.
Thank you. Well, look in my eyes. Poked in the eye every night with a shitty stick. I've mostly got some sort of bacterial infection from the shitty stick you poke in my eye. Anyway, moving on. But I think also I think there's lots of companies that with internet just to say they're supporting it just so it looks good.
Yeah, exactly. There is a tick list, and that's what I'm saying. So the HR department will go, "Oh, we've got organised International Women's Day. Yeah. You do it. Yeah. I mean, we did.
We do a sewing comp.
A what?
Sewing.
Oh my god! Do you want me to smack you?
No, but that's what I'm saying. They do it. It's a bullshit kind of
token
effort.
Just you and your male bollocks coming out going, "Oh, girls, they must be doing sewing and cooking." Sorry.
Why do women have? Jesus. Why do women wear makeup and have small feet? Because they're ugly.
Because they've been kicking their husband in the bollocks all night.
No, why do women wear makeup and perfume? Because they're ugly and they smell. And then the other one that
he's only saying this because he's far enough away and knows I can't get up.
That other one, why do women have small feet?
To make their husband's penises look bigger.
No, so they can stand closer to the sink. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Surely humour breaks everything.
No, I'm going to break you.
Oh, Suzie, don't
go all bloody.
I'm not
1970s.
You know I'm not. You know I'm not.
Jim Davidson over there.
Get your tits out.
Oh my god.
You know I'm not.
Kate used to fancy him. We're going to do a shout out to Kate. She's going to hate this.
Okay. Oh, she used to fancy Jim Davidson.
Jim Davidson, David Baddiel, and who was the other one? Really random selection.
Jesus.
I was
Skinner.
Like, Jim Davidson? Come on. Just wrong.
Jimmy Savile?
Maybe she likes funny people, but I mean, there's liking funny people, and there's that's a really different. Oh, and then obviously we had the Dermot issue.
Oh, she loves Dermot O'Leary.
X Factor.
I think most men and women fancy Dermot.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
He's a nice boy, but I don't fancy him.
I don't think he's a boy anymore.
You know what I mean? He just always appears to be like a little.
Very natural.
He does mumble a bit though on the radio.
You always say that. You say he's a mumbler.
I do a bit. I know sometimes, but I like if you're.
You and your brother mumble a bit.
But it's because we're just talking, and our mum's just talking. We just talk underneath it.
You can't blame your mother for everything.
Well, a lot of it. Bless her. So yeah, shout out goes to Suzie. Shout out goes to Kate, who's now in a Toilet Kate. Let's talk about Toilet Kate. Toilet Kate in our house because for my 40th birthday, which
last year,
a couple of years ago,
yeah,
I had a wedding themed 40th birthday party, and she was wearing her wedding dress, and we had the marquee in the garden downstairs. We were downstairs. Obviously, she knows the house quite well. She needed a wee. Bathroom was being used downstairs, so she came upstairs to use, for some reason, our bedroom one when there's like two other bathrooms she could have chosen. And so she was in there, and then Sam, the osteo.
Sam with the beard.
Everybody's got weird names in the house. Sam with the beard came, and he came late and was getting changed and decided to go into our room, obviously, to get changed. I don't know what the drawer was with our bedroom.
That's where the magic happens, Suzie.
And so she was on the loo. Oh no! I think he was already in there. Sorry, he was already in there getting changed, and then she came in.
She just walked in, and
so she just barged
lifted up her wedding dress and had a wee,
and carried on. Went, don't mind me. And then we found out. So she was now known as Toilet Kate because of that. And then they both have exactly the same birthday, and they're the same age.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there we are.
So there we
Very
are.
good.
So Mark's Bits. Do we have a Mark's Bits this week, caller?
We're going to talk about mirror muscles today.
Mirror, mirror, man.
And you don't know what that means, you said.
Well, I have an idea, but I'm waiting to be enlightened.
So obviously I train and coach a cross-section of ages.
Right.
But the common thing that people tend to want to work are the muscles that they can see in the mirror.
Gunshot.
But the muscles behind are mostly far more important for general health, back health, knee health,
I see.
and so on. So working your hamstrings and your glutes and your lower back and that posterior chain, flashy word for everything behind you, is very, very important. I always say that people, when they finish an exercise, because we spend so much time kind of rounded, driving, working on a computer.
Burping.
Sorry, it wasn't a burp. It was it was a bit like the Putin thing for you, just a little bit sicky. Farage.
Stay with us.
I always like to finish a session with retraction work, something that's working on pulling everything back rather than pushing forward, rather than replicating the posture that you're in during the day, so that you finish with a little pullback, whether it be a row or a retraction of some sort. So that's my thing.
So when you said mirror muscles, I was thinking more of like things that are balanced, like mirror each other.
Oh, I see, Suzie.
That's what I was thinking. Do both quads mirror each other in strength?
No.
That could be another version, but I'm liking your version so
Thank
far.
you very much.
So far.
Yes.
Carry on. So what are you advising people to do a bit more of?
Well, I do think I had a horrible back injury from... I used to have a terrible posture. My arse used to stick out when I sprinted and stuff, and I put loads of pressure on my lower back, and it went into prolapse, and I couldn't move, couldn't put my pants on for like 6 months. So
When I first met you, it was real joy.
Lots of acupuncture, lots of Pilates, and I do remember the specialist at the time saying, "You'll never." Oh yeah, oh god, yeah, and swimming. And I remember the specialist saying, "You'll never sprint again, never ever sprint again."
That was a fun time for me.
Yeah, so that was. I was like,
that was a make or break our relationship time.
And the exercise that seemed to fix it all is obviously being aware of your posture, not having my bum sticking out.
Yes.
But also the deadlift. Teaching someone to hinge properly, to lift properly, and not being afraid of putting force through their lower back in the right posture is so important. People go, "Oh, I'll not do that." We had a client, no, there's no way I'm deadlifting. No way deadlifting. And then we just have to hide it. We'd had to hide the position that he was getting into so that he was actually doing it. And then we filmed him quietly, played it back to him. He goes, "What's that?" And he was like, "Oh, you bastards." And he'd been doing it for like 2 months, and all his back pain started to go.
So what were you doing? I'm interested now to hide what he was doing without telling him he was doing a deadlift.
So we got him to lift things off the floor.
Okay.
But when he lifted things off the floor, he stood next to the wall, so his bum had to touch the wall as he...
Right, okay.
Because a lot of people, when they squat, they squat from the knee, and you shouldn't. You should squat from the hip. The bum goes back first, as if you're sitting onto a chair.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are so frightened of loading their lower back because of previous injuries or whatever, that they bend from the knee, and so the hip just goes straight down rather than hinging back. So even if you look at a deadlift or a squat, most people try and squat too upright. There is a forward lean. There has to be a forward lean.
And also I think a lot of people are always focused on the lift, the first phase, and like you were talking with Dougie yesterday about, it finishes when you put the weight on the floor.
Until you
so
put
for
it
me,
down.
I know that the lifting the weight is the easy bit, and then you change, put it down. You almost like do the rounded bit to put it down, because you're thinking in your head, "I'm just putting it down now," but actually it's still a lowering is the full complete movement.
So doing lifting from the floor is such an important. If you are in the right position, it's so important. So important, just for now until we're 90.
Well, it's longevity, isn't it? Being able to get out of a chair, get off the toilet, get out of a car, those sort of things. That's what I used to teach my teenagers when I used to go at the school.
Yeah.
Even just in basic squat, bodyweight stuff, obviously in a group session. I'm saying this is your toilet squats. So this is your toilet squats. This is your life skill for when you're older. You're 15 now. Half of them still couldn't do it, but you're 15 now.
Yeah.
So you think how bad it's going to be when you're really old, like us, or
you got
older,
no muscle.
and you can't get out of a chair without pushing down with your arms or having to use something.
The NHS did try and come up with something, didn't they, where you're sitting on the floor, cross-legged, and you get points taken away depending on how many limbs touch the floor in terms of your hands, your elbows, and so on. So can you get up off the floor without using your arms?
Right.
So it requires strength, it requires mobility and flexibility as well. So it was quite a good one at the time. I can't remember who was trying to promote it. Celebrity they got in. So can you get off the floor without using your arms? Which is a good one.
Yeah, because it's hip mobility as well as just everything.
Yeah. Turkish get-ups. Oh, they're vicious. Oh, you might do those today.
Or Romanian deadlifts, they're good.
Or any deadlift, any hip hinge.
Yeah.
Why do you have to make it Romanian? Why can't
with the Trump, again,
why can't you have a Bulgarian? That's the other thing.
American deadlift.
You know you're in trouble if anything is named kind of going east from Eastern us. European. Romanian, Bulgarian, Russian, Chinese plank. I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore. There's a Chinese plank. What else have you got?
What's a Chinese plank?
Reverse plank.
Oh, yeah, that one. I don't like those.
Bulgarian, yeah. Romanian. Turkish get up. There's no English. French kiss. English. The English slump.
Italian. I think we should create some. Let's create some new moves.
There isn't. There's a Swiss press.
What's that?
Which is that weird bar. Parallel press on the bench.
Okay.
Arnie presses. He's got a few named after Arnie.
He's Austrian, so we'll claim that one.
Oh, yeah. But I can't think of any English. No.
Beer drinking.
English, French.
Crisp packet opening.
Yeah.
Swearing.
Yes. You just stand in the mirror and go, fucking hell. Good.
We're going to have to... Sorry, people. Children, don't listen to this with your children present, because he's very rude.
Sorry about that.
Very, very rude.
Oh, you're looking at your notes
again.
No,
I was literally just looking... I'm looking at my microphone because
What's the matter with it now?
I moved it in a bit.
Was it too quiet?
No.
Wayne's World!
Piss off. You look like Jurgen Klopp when you wear glasses like that, I think, with your beard.
Thank you. What's he doing now?
He's retiring, isn't he?
I'm sure. I mean, he needed a bit of a break, but...
He's probably going to have a lovely time. We had a nice chill weekend, though.
Very nice. I want to do fishing.
I want to do fishing.
They've got, what's their name? Paul
Whitehouse and...
Bob Mortimer.
Thank you.
Gone fishing. And I used to fish with my dad when we were younger. And I used to like all the food that my mum used to make.
You get bored rigid unless you had
but now I could sit by a riverbank.
Could you?
Yes. A couple of hours.
You reckon?
A couple of hours.
Okay. Most people do it all day. They don't.
No, I couldn't do that. And the overnight fishing doesn't appeal. But the idea of just sitting there, watching your float bobbing up and down.
You can just go with Martin.
Does he still go fishing?
Well, he's got all the kit. I don't know if he has time to go now, but
that's true.
He used to. But yeah, it was sunny. It was sunny this weekend.
Oh, it was beautiful, wasn't it?
We sat on the patio on the beanbags.
Oh, nice.
Not wearing 15 layers like normally.
I listened to last night. Oh, God. My God, I'm losing it. They had Twiggy on. They're doing a film about Twiggy.
Right.
And
is this radio?
This is Radio 2. What's her name? Not Sarah Cox. Jo
Wiley.
Thank you. And talking about Twiggy, and she's big into her knitting and sewing and making things. How old's
International
Twiggy
Women's Day.
Yeah.
Probably late 70s, I'd say.
She's an amazing life.
She was 60s model, so...
We've got Sadie Frost, I think, playing her in a film.
Okay.
Apparently. I think, or she wrote the film, I don't know. That was who was in the studio.
You need someone really tiny.
She was Ickle, wasn't she?
Well, she still is, probably, but...
Yeah.
Absolutely minute. But she was renowned for those massive, big eyelashes.
That's it. That's what she said. Funny little legs. That's what she said. Funny little legs and big eyelashes.
Yeah. But it's just literally like someone comes along and they're just a little quirky, a little different. And they get launched.
At the time, no model looked like her.
No. It was a bit like Kate Moss. She was much smaller than...
Well, that's what they're saying. Twiggy was the kind of door opener because she was working class as well.
Right.
And so she opened up the world to working class people to realise that you don't have to be super posh to get into modelling or music industry, or you didn't have to be privileged or have a privileged background to get you in. It was quite interesting. She sounded very...
I see. And what else is happening for you this week today? Exciting?
I had some coaching at the track.
We had Connor running.
Oh yeah, young lad.
Thursday night, wasn't it?
17, 18, got selected for Ireland international seniors.
Yeah, seniors for 4x.
As he put on his Instagram, what was it? Big day on a school night or something. Bless him. So, and then he's out in America with It's Texas, and I can't remember if it's Ohio State who are all interested in offering him a track scholarship.
And he's just trying to get a car.
He just wants a Subaru Impreza.
Just so go for that blind side, get you like someone to like deal your deals. Like he's taken
the coach out, Wretch, who's pretty switched on. So it'd be interesting to see what they offer. I mean, but
they flew him out. I mean, that's he hasn't had to go there.
No, they flew him out. Yeah, he comes back, I think, Thursday. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if you think about it, compared to other sports, it's mad. But you don't do it for that. You don't do it for the money. There are other opportunities along the way, to be able to go to a good American college and come out with a good degree. And
it's a way in sometimes.
Yeah, and, normally very good facilities, good coaches. But we have seen, I've known 3 people who've gone out to the States and been broken because they make you work for that.
Well, exactly. They're paying for everything, so they're going to make you...
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But it's a bit like we're saying with Flynn, the rugby boys. He's having time... He's, back doing some Harlequin stuff. They do school stuff. It's, you think 7 seasons... For some boys, 7 seasons is easier because they're not playing sevens. They're only 15 players.
Yeah.
But for majority of Flynn and a lot of his mates, who are all the boys, I think, are in the Quins are doing sevens, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Jack. So they're trying to do both and build up to a national competition in the end of this month, which is just brutal.
But then
there's no recovery time.
I mean, there is that crossover, isn't there? Where you talk about health, but then you talk about performance, and performance and health do not run in a parallel line. You're trying to push it just to that limit that you don't break. Look at someone like Ollie Lawrence, who played for England on the weekend, and literally his Achilles just snapped. You saw him just jogging in to get into an attacking line. He wasn't even sprinting. And he went down. There was Chisholm, who plays for Harlequin, same thing. He turned around because he thought someone had tripped him up. That's what it felt. It felt like someone had just literally tripped him up, and he felt this snap. No pain.
Yeah.
You've seen it on the video, and it looks like he's tripped over himself. And you think...
But, yes, exactly. There's the push, but that's like career, financially career stuff, massively life-changing stuff. If we or someone who has a normal job work, I mean, it would affect your job, but someone who sat at a desk having their Achilles rupture is not such a big deal. They might have to change the way they get to work, but they're going to be sat at a desk or work from home.
Yeah,
they can still continue with their job to a certain degree. But a physical job, I suppose any physical job, you would be stuffed.
Yeah.
You'd be off sick and you can't work.
You're a roofer, whatever you are, whatever, landscaper, whatever, yeah. Yeah,
so
dog
not
walker.
Necessarily a professional sports person, if your job involves you being active.
I was speaking to a guy I see who's a dogger, professional dogger.
Dogger? Is this like dog walking?
Yeah, but they're known as doggers.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Only by you.
Okay. And I asked him, how many steps does he do in a day? So if on a busy day, I might do like 14,000 steps if I've been dogging, trained, been to the track, all that stuff. How many steps do you think he does?
20.
No, Suzie.
Higher, lower? Give me
higher.
25.
Higher.
30,000 steps.
That's a lot of steps.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, he does 3 walks a day of an hour each. That's a lot. 3 different sets of dogs.
10,000 steps each walk.
Well done.
I wasn't working it out.
Oh my God.
No, I'd already worked that out. And then I was
why
like...
did you say it? Why did you need to
just stop talking?
I think everyone who's listening could work that out.
No, you couldn't.
I'm better now because of my account.
No, you're better now because of darts. That's our other obsession.
Oh, yeah. Like
darts.
Yeah.
We had a dinner and darts night Saturday night.
Yeah, and Stato. He was literally, as soon as the
third
third dart hit the board...
Stato because he is...
As soon as that third dart hit the board, he already counted up. Literally, as it hit the board.
So we have an app that pretty much... You have to add up your score, but the app will... You put it in and
take away from your
just
target.
Deduct it and also tell you if...
Darts counter, Suzie. Darts counter.
Right. If you're near the end of the painful experience of throwing darts and trying to get a good score...
We're very good.
So it will tell you, like, double top, double 10, whatever.
The professionals would do, obviously the ultimate is a 9-dart finish. Yeah. We do
that quite a lot.
We did 67.
67 dart finish, and that's 2 of us playing.
Yes. We were very good. Very good.
It was quite painful towards the end.
I'm taking my glasses off now.
Oh, Jesus, don't rub your eyes. Don't rub your eyes. Look
Just
into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
Well, then, that's it then.
So, yes, we're off now. You're wearing a lovely little hoodie, though. What's that? Talk us through that.
Thorwood Farm. So it's a couple of mates, clients, who are trying to make polo more accessible rather than being so poncy and so expensive.
Elitist.
That's a good word.
And expensive.
So,
2 E's.
So they're trying to put together teams where it's friendly, less elitist, and I think they're only talking about playing like 4 chuckers.
Well, you still need.
No,
it's still
4
quite
games.
expensive because you still need a horse, pony,
Yes.
polo pony. They're not horses. Pony.
Trails, you got to get them there. You got to get them back. You got to be able to stable them. You got to have people that can actually ride.
So it's not that cheap.
Did you know that polo is I don't think there's any other sport that you have to play right-handed. There's no other sport in the world that you have to play right-handed. You can have left-handed hockey players, but you have to play polo right-handed.
It would get very dangerous.
Yes, because then you're crossing over with horses.
Yeah. And then the ponies wouldn't turn their heads like that. When we tried it, that was quite fun.
So there's your fact of the day. Name me any other sport that you have to play right-handed.
Thinking now. Answer on the postcard, people. Send it in.
Obviously, if you didn't have a left hand, you'd have to play right-handed. If you're an amputee.
No, so you might have a strap-on. I was going to call it. Not a strap-on.
Come
what's
on.
It called?
Starts with a P.
Prosthetic.
Well done. A strap-on.
Well, they do have to strap them on.
Do you remember that photo I took at the track? Someone had left their walking prosthetic against the track or against the wall. I don't know where I took that. It was brilliant. And then they had a racing one, blade for running, and then they had, but it was just a great shot. Brick wall, their prosthetic limb with a trainer.
Well, we had those when we organised that big Olympic, when 2012 Olympics was happening at Amber's old school.
Yes, please.
We did a big sports festival.
Yes.
And the girls did a little fun run to raise money, and we got a bank of money that we then sponsored some of the teams from GB going into the Olympics. And we had the women's basketball, Paralympic basketball team in.
Oh.
Well, about 4 of them, not all of them.
Are they on wheelchairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they came in, and there was this one amazing girl. She was very young. She was only in her early 20s. And I think she'd had an illness which required her to have leg amputated. So she'd been a dancer before that. But she was amazing. She was so positive and so perfect, because the girls were only little. They were like, 4 or 5-year-olds up to 11-year-olds. To speak to them, and she had the special wish, and she's, obviously had different legs. And obviously, because she was young, she said, "Oh yeah, I've got like different legs for different things. So I've got a leg if I'm going out. I've got like one with like I can put a heel on. She said, can't walk in it very well, but I've got one. She's got one for obviously training, one for.
She missing both legs?
No, just one.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Just one. So she said she puts this particular different legs on for different things. And because the girls are so young as well, they always ask those quite unfiltered questions. Yeah. Like, well, what leg, she said, I've got spare legs. I've got this leg for this and this leg for that. And she was so brilliant. And obviously the girls got to sit in some of the chairs and feel how it felt to move around and try and maneuver, and different, obviously, chairs for different matches. I mean, which all cost money, which is why just having a small donation from the school helps.
I remember coaching those David Weir and Jenny Archer. I was helping out with some of the disabled athletes at the track, and I got in one of the chairs once, and he said, "Go on, then try 100 meters." Oh my god! And then the biggest thing is, for a racing chair, there is a big difference between an elite racing chair and a normal one. So, but most of them can't afford that.
Exactly.
So until they get to a certain level and they get some form of sponsorship to be able to get a good chair. But I mean, I think it took me about 25 seconds to do 100 meters.
Just doing.
Oh, well, no, you can set the front wheel. So the front wheel's set, but just
the arm.
I'm unbelievable. My shoulders are aching. So how they do marathons, how they do.
Well, if you look at them, it is a lot
massive.
Upper body strength. And obviously, the reason they are in wheelchairs is because their legs are not usable.
But phenomenal.
So weight distribution from upper body to lower body,
shoulder
but still
range,
just
everything.
that. Their arms become their legs. So that's the thing, isn't it? When you lose,
I know, but they're not designed to be.
No, I know they're not
terms of
designed
muscular
to be. But
endurance
then
and power
you think someone who doesn't have arms, they start using their feet, painting or eating, or you adapt, and something else like your sight goes, your hearing, and your other senses get behind. I'm so intelligent today.
You are. Well, it was just strap on, and then you could do.
Myers
what was really impressive is the 3 times 10 you got quite quickly.
I was not working it out that long. I was just thinking.
I think we should just stop now, Suzie.
Sorry, how long did it take you to get your maths?
O-level. Well, it took me so long that it was GCSE by the time I got it.
Yeah, the probably foundation one. They gave you the
I can speak firsthand that GCSEs are easier than O-levels.
Hey,
They
were like,
back
oh,
off,
for God's
maths over
sake,
there.
just get him
3
through
times
this
10.
once.
There's a burden to being extremely good looking, and that's it. Just not very good at maths.
You are good at maths, you're just not really good at school.
Pythagoras.
Maths.
Pythagoras quadratic equations. What's the point of that? What is the point of that?
I'm sure there is in some physics.
They should do accounts for businesses.
Exactly. Well, business studies, that's
do
probably
they?
more... I don't know whether they do, but that's more useful information for life.
Life.
Unless you want to be a...
Life skills.
Maths teacher.
How to deal with HMRC. Oh.
How to get a call back. How to get money back from the HMRC. They're very good at taking it.
Very good at taking it. They're taking a long time to pay me back for my VAT.
Give it back, people.
Yeah. Pay it back. That's a great thing. Pay it back.
Pay it forward.
Oh, yes.
Pay them back.
Oh, is it pay it forward?
Pay it forward. Do a nice thing for someone. Pay it forward.
Oh, but I always think it's pay it back. Give it back to someone.
Well, it's sort of but back means you're taking it.
For all my years,
pay it back,
for the 28 years I've been alive.
But pay it back is giving. Like you give it to me. Pay it forward. You're giving to someone else.
That's the way I live my life.
Well, pay it back.
Pay it back.
Pay them back.
Show me the money.
All right, people. Have a great week.
Sweet.
See you soon. Back in the room.
Love you.
Bye.
In it.